women, alcohol, broads, beer, vulgarity, heavy metal, and more booze. A 1972 plum purple Charger is racing across the desolate backroads of San Antonio, Texas, devouring and mutilating those that cross its path. It comes to an abrupt stop at a crossroads as the heartbeat of a yellow streetlight almost signals an SOS. Behind the wheel of this death machine is a sinister deviant only spoken about at adult video stores and Mexican watering holes. A crumbled pack of Marlboro cigarettes rests on the cracked dash as he opens it to see it almost empty. Two cracked, weathered fingers reach in and fiercely grab a single nick. He puts it to his dry and cracked lips as he searches for the heirloom Zippo in his faded blue t-shirt pocket. The sounds of fear and moaning grow nearer, so he turns up the radio as he smirks and looks in the rearview mirror. The purple muscle revs its RPMs, and an invisible wave of hellish heat and ghost-like exhaust screams out into the cold night. He opens the door to step out, and it reveals the damage and trauma he's inflicted upon his body and mind through the years. He gazes deeply upon his inked markings of horror and death that reads like a Fangoria magazine on skin. He looks out into the night with a deep and loathing gaze as he reminisces about his past happiness, as he clasps his hands into aggrine fists and pounds heavily into the roof and psychotically looks into his back seat. He takes one last puff of the cigarette before he tosses it lazily to the ground. The weathered Doc Martens pound down aggressively on the nick, as if trying to destroy the area of earth he resides upon. He steps to the rear of the car and strokes the trunk lid as he searches for his asthmatic inhaler. That's right, asthmatic inhaler. He then unzips his old stained jeans to shake out a waiting piss. He climbs back into the machine with the last of the V8s as the crying and moaning becomes louder. He takes the last Marlboro Red, and as he lights it with that Zippo, he gazes upon it with absolute anger and tosses it out the passenger side window. The moaning and crying grows loudest, and directly beside him, and again he looks in the rearview mirror to see a white sheet that is bloody and moving helplessly. He turns and peers down the road and silences the sound of fear with the radio as it plays the music of Hatebreed. He engages the transmission into drive. He smiles and takes out his tongue to curse his life and the stalking nights of tomorrow. His Doc Martens put the pedal to the metal, and as he drives off, we see the Texas license plate, and it reads one word: tank. This summer, FauxGotten Trailers Productions takes you on a scenic drive in a fuel-injected suicide machine through hell and back again. Lone Star newspaper critic is saying, when they said don't mess with Texas, this psycho was absent from class that day. With an accompanying soundtrack of twisted metal and angst by Hatebreed, Soulfly, Gojira, and a shitload more. Starring Texas native Jonathan Bryan as Tank, John Doe as the backseat victim, and Sada as the promiscuous maid, all star in Predator of Pain. They say everything's bigger in Texas. What they don't tell you is, so is the death. This movie is rated R, and no one under 15 will be admitted without a 13-year-old.